Hello, everyone. Well, here I am. I am on Fantasy Grounds right now, and I'm just getting warmed up again to the rules for Black Crusade for combat. I play a fair amount of role playing games, and I go through phases where I'll play one for a long time and then I'll play another one. And I tend to forget the rules from the previous ones. Yeah, it's been a while now since I've done any Black Crusade. So I'm just going to go through the combat, play around with the mod here that I made, and hopefully that you know it may spark some interest with people. It's available. The mod is available free at my blog page, but the obviously Fantasy Grounds. You can go to fantasygrounds.com and pick up your own copy of Fantasy Grounds for any of your role playing needs. Actually, it's pretty good. Uh, Sounds a lot like a an ad, so I apologize. Anyway, what I'm doing is I am right now just got a little combat that I'm going to practice, and I'm going to delete this here, get that cleared up. Some previous characters. So I got two Chaos Black Space Marines. One's a sorcerer, and the other one is just a regular Space Marine or Chaos Marine. While my three opponents are the just regular Space Marines. I'm keeping it all generic and plain for now. Sorcerer got psychic powers, so I'm just going to walk myself through the rules. This is not meant for everyone to watch to see exactly what it does, because I'm just learning the rules again. So bear with me if I talk out loud and read the rules or something. It's just me trying to get used to it. Anyway, I also, for the record, I have music playing in the background, and I got my headsets on, so I don't know if you're actually picking up the music, and I apologize if it's too loud or if it's in the way, but I can't tell if anyone can hear it. So anyway, here's my map. I made up a map today, and I fired it into the Fantasy Grounds. And I'm going to zoom in. There's the three Space Marines, and here's my two characters over here. Very good, this system here. You can double click on the icon, and instantly up comes your character sheets, which is good. Okay, so over here, I'm going to reset that to 0. I guess we'll roll for initiative. And just so happened that it stays in the exact same order. So, Gorgon, what does he have here? These are characters that were used in a couple of one-shots I had a couple of months back just to get into things. So I'm not sure what they have anymore. So anyway, this mod was originally a Dark Heresy mod for Fantasy Grounds, but I took it and modified it and did some things to it to make it Black Crusade compatible. Doesn't have all the features in it yet. I don't know anything about C++ or any of the XML, whatever this programming language is. I have no idea. So I kind of just picked and poked and managed to get a couple of things in. So anyway, under the gear section here, just you may every now and again you may see someone with a whole bunch of talents in this area. I made talents. If I go to items, I put talents into items. So that way, for very quick reference, I can drag talents and skills and traits over just for quick reference. This way here, I don't have to type everything out again, and it's already in there. So you'll have to forgive me for that if you see that throughout the game here. All right, so I am going to take, let's see here, here's my actions. I'm going to take a move action, and I'm going to get some cover behind one of these things here. So my move is, my grid is up. Yep, my grid is there. My move, the half move is 4 meters. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Zoom out a bit. And I'm going to take a shot at one of these Space Marines using a semi-auto burst. So it's 13 meters to there. So if I go to my weapons, and I'm going to use my Legion Bolter, its range is well within short range. So let me see how this works. I have got to say, this is one rule system that I really enjoy. It is a little chunky, but I'm sure it gets better when the more you play it. Of course, it is a kind of a rules heavy, and there's lots of these little options and actions that you can do. But let's see. So you have different options. You have a full auto burst. You have semi-autos, aim shots, all types of little things. And a semi-auto burst gives me +0. Now I'm just looking at the ranges, how range combat works here. Just want to make sure that I got this right. And it's within short range, so it's +10. So that gives me, with a semi-auto burst and within short range, +10. Okay. So back to here, I'm going to add in +10 in the bottom corner here. This allows me to add the modifiers to different things. So go back to my character sheet. Close that. Go back to the character sheet, +10. We shall see what happens. So I rolled a hit, and I got 3 degrees of a success. I got 31. So that's 3 degrees. So where I did a semi-auto burst, I managed to do 1d10 +9 with 4 pen. Now the thing is with this does all the different modifications. If you use the combat tracker, it does everything for you automatically. All right, so there's no calculations. So if you look in the roller, it says that I hit in the right arm. So I can go to the right arm there, click on location, and I can roll my first dice of damage. And I hit with 3. Because I had 3 successes, I've gotten now 3 hits. Because for a semi-auto burst, oh, I'm sorry. 2 hits for every 2 additional degrees of success. So I got 2 degrees, so I got 2 hits. And they both hit in the arm. So first damage, I rolled a 2, and that's 11. So damage 0. If you see damage resistance 20, so nothing happened there. The second shot hit for 2, and again did nothing. So I'll scratch off 2 shots, actually 3 shots, and that's it for him. So I'll go back to my combat tracker. I'll hit next, Ardent. Now, Ardent is this guy right here. He's a Chaos Psyker. So let's go to his abilities and see what he's got. Okay, I'm just looking at the different abilities here. He is going to call up a Doom Bolt, I guess. A Doom Bolt. So, psychic powers. Let's see how this works. So anyway, this is, like I said, this is not meant to be like instantly knows what happens. This is just me going through it, practicing, and I figured I'd make a little video for it. So if you're here expecting fast-paced action, not quite going to get it, but you'll certainly hear me talking, and who knows, you may be able to pick up on something that I did wrong, or maybe actually learn something. So, psychic powers. Okay. So as a psychic person, I have, here's my PowerPoints down here. Again, this is not the right rule set here. This is Dark Heresy rules right here, this whole section here. So just for the power level, I haven't changed it yet, but this is where your psi rating is going to be. I think I've also gotten it written back here somewhere else. I'm not exactly sure, but anyway, yeah, that's the issue right there. So that's something for me that I got to fix up. All right, so I get +5 for every psi level, so that gives me +10. This Doom Bolt, I got to make a, let's see, a willpower test as 0. So I get +10 to my willpower. So I'll go back to main, 42. So I got to get less than 42. Now, so let's see what happens. Oh, I should mark things in as being trained, shouldn't I? or advances. There's no advances there yet. Never mind. All right, so willpower. Here we go. 1 degree of failure. So I failed. All right, so, oh shoot, I did that completely wrong. Altogether wrong. I forgot so much. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to try this again. I'm a bound Chaos Space Marine Sorcerer, so I'm going to use Unfettered. The Psychic rolls doubles during a focus power test. Roll the Psychic Power Phenomenon. All right. So that would, okay, so that doesn't change anything. So I have to roll on the Psychic Phenomenon table. See, this is the one thing about this game. Unless you know the rules, it can take you a while figuring out where you got to go and figure everything out. So when the Psyker uses his power at Unfettered or Push, he risks generating powers, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I just got to roll on my Psychic Phenomenon test. And so I got to roll on this. When Psyker uses his powers, any unfettered focus power test that results in doubles on the dice roll. And I didn't get any of that, so I'm good. So all that for going around, and it was nothing. So that was his first thing he missed. So now he's going to do his move, which is 4 meters, and he's going to get some cover. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this brings me up to this guy here. He is, let's see, his half move is 4. So he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And he's going to aim. Well, they're going to go for the Psyker, I think. So he's going to go here. Click on the Psyker. There we go, 13 meters. So I'm going to say that he has cover, obviously. And that box is going to be armor 5. Just to keep it ready, keep it simple. And his body and legs are, his legs are what's covered. His body and legs are what's covered, is what we'll say. Okay. Body and legs are what's covered. So we know that he's within half the range. So he's going to be plus 10. And do a semi-auto burst. So he's going to scratch off his 3 shots. And we shall see. Ballistic skills 45. So here we go. Roll the dice. 2 degrees of failure. So he misses everything, which is good. This next Marine, he is going to do a half move, and he's going to have half his body here. So his left arm, left leg, and his head are going to be covered. The wall is going to be 10. So boxes are 5 and the wall is 10. And he is going to aim at the Psyker. We know he's plus 10 for close range. Scratch off the 3 shots. And we will roll the dice. 1 degree of success, so he hits with 1 round. All right, and it hits him in the body. So we said that the legs and the body were going to be covered well behind the box. So that's -5. -5. And everything else should be okay once I roll the damage here. So -5, I'll roll the damage set to his body. And here we go. Oh, why did, there we go. Yeah, because it's tearing. So 1 point of damage got through to Ardent. And if you see up here now, that automatically went to 1. If I open up his character sheet, it's automatically tallied here. So he got scratched. And I am missing a Space Marine. There he is there. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to move up here. He's going to get half behind the box. And he's going to take a shot at the Psyker. Same thing again. So it's plus 10. Skills, gear, semi-auto burst, 3 degrees of failure. So it's a 91. So now let me see items. Now I rolled a 91, so I don't know if that is a weapon jam or something. 96 to 100 are weapon jams. So it was just a standard miss. All right, so far I managed to screw up. Oh, okay. It seems like if the initiative's the same, it must be based on the number. So I gotcha. Anyway, don't mind me. I'm just chatting away. So we did the 3 Space Marines. Back to Gorgon. Gorgon got his cover. As you can see now, he's still targeting that guy. He's now going to shift his fire to that guy. So still 13. He's going to do a semi-auto burst. So again, it's 10. But he's going to take half a round to aim. So he's going to get plus 10 for aiming, plus 10 for less than half range. So that gives him plus 20. Semi-auto burst. Scratch off my 3 shots. Roll the dice. 2 degrees of success, so I only hit once. So that's damage to him. And I got him in the head. Oh, just to let you know, where you type in where your hit location is, for example, back to here. Right here, when you roll your damage, it'll match it compared to what armor they have. So if you say hit him in the head, whatever the armor rating is for the head, it's all automatic, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, so this guy here hit that dude, hit him in the head. So he's completely in the open. Roll damage. And again, not penetrating anything. Horrible. So back to the combat again. Ardent, he's going to try the same thing again. He's going to get plus 15 for his ability. Psychic power is going to be unfettered. And it's going to be the Doom Bolt again. And he's going to target, let's see. He's going to target the guy in the middle. 13 again. I'm not sure if they get range bonuses or not for psychic powers. I'm going to assume yes. He's going to get additional. No, that would not be it. So it's 15 is what he gets. I don't think anyway. So I'm going to say no. He doesn't get the range bonuses. All right, so 15. Let's roll his. Let's see. Doom Bolt. So is my willpower. Willpower. 1 degree of success, so it hits. Now I just realized I can't do any damage roll right now automatically because I don't have it attached here. Oh, look, I have a force staff and I get plus 10 to my test. So that would give me 2. Still doesn't do anything for me. So it's 2. It's 1 degree of success. Let's see. So I'm going to add in my Doom Bolt here. And this is how you can create something. Doom Bolt. So I'll go to my psychic powers. Doom Bolt. 1d10 plus my psi rating. Penetration of 8. Basic. 1 range. It is 20 meters per psi rating, so I get 40. 0. Here we go. I just made the basic stat right here. This allows me to do stuff automatically. Now, because this is a bolt, and I just hit once, it's just a straight roll. So I'm going to roll damage, and let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Roll damage. So my damage resistance total is what? Why did that give me nothing? Penetration is 8, so that completely negates the armor. My Space Marine here, he has a toughness bonus of 4, unnatural toughness of 8. So why did that do that? Oh, because his armor is 10. Look at that. That is why. That should be an 8. To fix that. So that's actually going to be a 2 points of damage. So I'll just put the 2 there. Now that is right there. Something's still not right. If I had a armor of 8, an unnatural toughness, of 10, and an unnatural toughness of what is the damage resistance? Well, that should be an 8. I'm just going to do a couple of tests here and see what happens. So I change that to an 8. Roll for damage. It's telling me my damage resistance should be 12. And I end up just putting damage on my own guy. So it says I got damage resistance 12. So I have 8 for my armor, 4 for my unnatural characteristic, and I should have 4 more. So now that I'm remembering, this characteristic of right here, let's see, so I'm going to change his characteristic to 0. See what happens. Now I'm going to roll. All right. So it's 4 for his armor. Sorry, 8 for his armor, 4 for his regular toughness, and I got to add in 4 more right here. I don't know why that was wrong. 4 right there. So that should give me 16. Now, the next roll should have damage resistance 16. So let's see. Damage resistance 16. Why is it only going to 8? So here I am trying to do something. This is a new glitch. I don't know if something changed or not. Never used to have this problem before. Oh, I know why. Because the pen is 8. So it should be 16. But because I got my pen is 8, so if I change that to 0, now it'll be 16. Just look. Just watch it. There we go. 16. So here we go. It's a learning experience for everyone. Like I said, it's not for you guys. It's mostly for me. All right. So if you go right back to the very beginning here where I rolled that 10, here's the funny thing. I rolled the 10, which is right here. This is my first combat roll right here. It's a 10. Now, because this is just a regular thingy and to make the game quick, this is called righteous anger or zealous anger, zealous hatred. So whenever you roll a 10 on damage, zealous fury, someone can correct me at any point. So because we did that, for low level NPCs, such as these, you can have them killed outright. And in my games, anyone that is a stock character that is not meant to be a major factor or a player in the game itself, then I will allow them to be killed. But these guys, not so much. I'm going to work it out as if they're completely normal and on par with the characters. Okay, so because of that, I roll D5. D5 down here. Whoops, I rolled it twice for some reason. I'll do that. A double click. I'm so used to it. Well, they both rolled 3, so that's fine. So I rolled a 3. And because this is a... What type of effect is this anyway? This Doom Bolt. Energy. Energy damage of 8. And I hit him in the head. So I rolled a 3. The attack cooks off the target's ear, leaving him partially burned stump of cartilage indefinite until he receives first aid or waits for 1d5 hours. So the attack singed him. It doesn't really do anything, but he's got his ear burned off. That's why these Zealous Hatreds are pretty much only made for player characters, because there's a lot of role-playing elements here. So is the first 5 don't really do all that much. If you're lucky, you may get a 5, which usually stuns the person in some aspect. Anyway, so it never did anything to him other than, let's see. And because it didn't do any damage whatsoever, all right, it puts 1 point of damage onto him. So I go to here. Oh, that all goes back to there again. And there's your 1 point of damage right there. So we know that the Doom Bolt, not that effective. So that was very long and painful. So we'll have to try to speed this up a bit more. So back to the combat board. The next one is this guy right here. He can tell that he's a psyker, so he's going to take an aim shot, a burst, and close range. So that's going to be a plus 20. He's behind cover, so his body and his legs are in full cover. All right, for 5. So we'll go to here, double click on this, go to his gear, ballistic skill 45, roll the dice. 23. Oh my goodness, that's a big bad hit. And it's his body, but he gets cover. So it's his body. I think, I'm not sure I can't remember what this does, so we'll find out here now. Regardless, we'll subtract 5 from whatever gets through. So he hit with 4 degrees of success, so that's really 2 hits. So because it's 2 hits, 1 in the body, the next one's also in the body too, I do believe. Yeah, 2 hits are in the body. So I'll roll for the damage first, and let's see what happens. I got cover picked. So no damage there. Let's see. Damage resistance is 12. Yeah, so I didn't take the into account the box anyway. So it's something that we'll have to do automatically. So the next one, penetration of 9. So let me just work this out. Ardent has a toughness of 4. He has 4 unnatural toughness, so that's 8. He's in his armor, which brings up 16, and he has 5 from the box. So 16 plus 5 is 21. So he has 21 points of armor to go through. This thing hits for 9. Subtracts 9. So if it hits, unless it hits his armor, it's not going to do much to him. Instead of hitting the cover, it's just not going to penetrate. Not likely anyway. Anyway, so for the second roll, we shall see what happens now. The thing is, if I click on this one over here, it actually zooms me back to whoever it is, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to double click on him. I got to scratch off the armor shots here. So it's the second shot each time. Roll for damage again. Nothing. So this guy here, he is going to do a half action move. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to get some cover here. And he is going to take another shot here now at him. So it's he can't do the aim because it was a half move. So he still gets only his plus 10. So we'll go to here. Skills. Ballistic skill. Here we go. 1 degree of success. So he hits for 1. He gets the cover. Oh, I remember now. It's starting to come back to me. Over in the combat tracker, I won't go into it right now, but you can add in effects. And you can say, let's see. So you're targeting, that's your shields. There we go. He can say cover. All got to be capitals. I got an instruction book and I can't even remember it now. Left body. Cover all. Let's just say cover all for the sake of it. See what happens. Well, if he got cover, he should. I think that's the command. So we'll see what happens. We'll roll damage. He rolled a 10. Yeah, it didn't do it. At least I don't think it did. All right, so I rolled it. He rolled a 10 on his shot. So he had. Oh, that's because I had it on the wrong guy, of course. Naturally, that's what happens. Oh, right. I can type it in here. So cover 5. And we'll do this again. He's going to roll. And now it should see the cover. So this 8 should be with 5 more. It should be up to 13. So we'll see. Not. Well, all right. So he has armor 8, 16, minus 9. So that minus 9 to 16 brings it down to 7. He gets his 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I should have damage resistance 12. If I'm doing that right with the cover. So I don't understand why that is doing that. So I'm going to check something out. I'm going to bring him back to 2. It has 8, toughness 4, so it's 12. Unnatural characteristics is 4 more, so that brings it up 16. So that brings it up 16. He has cover of 5, so that should be 21. But just to make sure that this works, I'm going to go back to the guy that's shooting, which is him. And I'm going to change that to a 0. And I'm going to see change his pen to a 0. We shall see what happens. So if I roll the dice, so right now is damage resistance 14. If I go to, it could be something that's not working right in the tracker. I'm going to change that to a 0 now. So 16. So that's working up right if there's no cover. So I'm going to go back to him again in the combat tracker. I'm going to click on him. I'm going to make that a 5 again. There you go. And I'm going to roll this damage again. Oh, I didn't click the cover. So here we go. Damage resistance 21. So there it is. It's now finally working out just right. So whatever the case was, and I don't know why, maybe it just had to be reset. Who knows? Maybe I had something done wrong, which is quite possible. Anyway, so he rolled a 10. It was a zealous hatred against an NPC, against a character player. So he's going to roll the dice, and it's against his body. So let's go to a D5. It's a 2. Zealous hatred for an explosive weapon. Hit him in the body. The target is knocked prone. Sorry. The target is blown backwards 1d5 meters by a terrific explosion, taking 1 level of fatigue per meter traveled. The target is knocked prone. So another d5 again to see how far back he goes. 5 meters. Oh my goodness. So it's 1 round. Not looking good for our heretics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually, I'm going to do it this way. So it's 9, so 5 meters from here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. That was more in line with where he was. Bang. So Ardent, I can type in here that he has an effect. To my target. prone. Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous for Chaos Space Marines. Oh wait, no. None of that actually happens. He only takes 1 point of damage because no damage actually got through to him. That's a little better. Go back up to here. Anyways, one of the good thing I like about this system is that you can add stuff in pretty good. Yeah. So again, very slow combat. I'm going to do this a couple of times to get myself in the swing of things. Plus, I'm keeping the combat simple, basic equipment, so it's not too much stuff. So Ardent took another point of damage. He had 2. Now he's up to 1 more, 17. So he's still lightly wounded. Finally, the last Space Marine. He's going to keep aiming at Ardent. He's going to do a half turn, less than half range, so it's plus 20. Space Marines, man, they kicking butt. They are kicking butt. They are. Psychic powers, notes, gear. So I got the modifications in already. It's going to be another 3-round burst, so I'll scratch off those shots. Here we go. 2 degrees of failure, so nothing happens. Okay, Gorgon. He's getting kind of ticked off. He's going to aim for that guy as well. Actually, no, he's not. Here. Aiming for them. He's going to have half his body is exposed, so his left arms and head. Left arms, left leg. So aiming, short range plus 20. Here we go. Semi-auto burst. Scratch off another shot. 3 shots. There we go. Roll the dice. 3 degrees of success, so that's 2 hits. And is in his left leg. So both shots are going to be in his left leg. So there's no cover for this guy. First shot. Don't have tearing. So I can do that again. So tearing. There we go. Why? Oh my God. Why is it DR damage resistance 20? I must have something set up here. Because it should be a lot less than that. That needs to be an 8 again. That needs to be an 8. So it should be 16 total. $16 total versus Ardent. So 16 brings it down to 12. Like, why is that saying 20? Like, everyone sees it right here. It says damage resistance 20. I don't understand why that is. The reason why that is, I bet you, is because this is still a modifier. I just found the glitch. This unnatural toughness is a modifier. I'm going to change that to 2. And this, watch now. This hill here now, it'll be lower. It will be lower. Just you watch. See that? Considerably lower. That's because I just found the glitch. That means I'm going to have to get that switched out. Okay. That is a good thing. Huh. It also helps, I guess, too, when I'm rolling the yeah. Okay, so here we go. I go back to the guy that we're shooting at here, which is here. And I'm going to fix that. We're going to see what happens now when I do this right. So it should be an 8 there. It should be 16. And it's got that rounded up. Yeah, see? So it rounded up. So I need to change this to, let's see, 2 times 4.5 or 4 is, or 45. So I'm going to say 1.5. Well, this is not what I want to have happen while I'm doing this. I can roll the damage again. So it's gone back up to 21 again. So to make this simple, I'm going to change that to 40. I'll keep that at 2. So now it should be 16 when I roll his overall. Well, I should be able to see it here in the combat tracker. Toughness is 6. Now, toughness is 6, so I should bring it to 12. Yeah, see, I know what's happening wrong. This is a glitch that I just discovered. Toughness is 4. Your unnatural characteristics is 2. That brings your toughness up to 6. But this unnatural characteristic, unless he has something. Anyway, let's just see what the damage is now. $18. This is really kind of bizarre. My toughness is now 4. My armor is 8. Is it just where I'm so out of practice with it now that I'm making mistakes for no reason? Because if it's minus his bolter is minus 4, so 8, the toughness 8 plus the armor is 16, minus 4 should make it 12. So if I roll the damage again, then the ER down here should be 12. I'm saying it's 20. Because what's happening is my characteristic 4 is multiplying that by 4. So that brings it up to 32. That's a 2. This is really strange. I don't really know why this is doing that. So I have a toughness of 2. If I make that a 0, then that goes to 0 over here. Toughness is right. So that's adding to that. So I'll see what happens when I roll damage now. Damage resistance 16. So that's saying that that's right now. Because it is damage resistance 16. So why do I have damage resistance 16 now? If I go back to this guy, damage resistance 16. Eight, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, something's obviously messed up with the calculations here in this one for some reason. And I don't know why. I'm just going to close off that. Sorry, guys, this has become a troubleshooting thing as opposed to a lesson thing. 1d10. I'm just going to make this simple, and I'm going to change that from here to 0. Man, right there. See that? Primitive. Primitive was checked when it shouldn't have been checked. That just solves everything. I'll make this back to 9. Go back up to this dude. I'll make that a 4. All right. Because the primitive doubles the armor, which is the old Dark Heresy rule. So if I go back into here, take away all those wounds. He gets plus 10. So I rolled again. Now I rolled a 10 the last time, the very first time. But we'll see what happens here. So 6 damage, damage resistance 12, which is right because it was up to 16 and now it's down to 12. So I put 4 points of damage on him. Now for the second shot that hit him, roll the damage. 3, no damage, gets through. All that for nothing. That's the worst thing, just trying to get used to the system. So Ardent now, he is going to do something a little different. I'm going to bring up Ardent here. I'm going to bring up my map again. Close that up. Ardent can, let's see. What's a charge? Can he charge? I would allow a charge. I would absolutely allow a charge. I think it's something to do about a straight line though, so let's have a look. Yep, he can do it. So he is going to charge 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So he's charging right to there. Now, because he charged, he gets to make an all-out attack. Now, an all-out attack, he can make one melee attack at plus 30. So he's going into here. He's going to go to his weapons. He's going to use his force staff. So he gets plus 30. Plus 30. And this is a force weapon. Just check it. I'm not going to check it for now because, like I said, this is the one spot that's not quite converted for Black Crusade yet. So he's going to charge, and he's going to do an attack on Buddy with his force staff. So let's roll the dice, see what happens. 1 degree of success. Not very good. Just hold on 1 second there, guys. All right, so he did his attack. Space Marine is going to try and dodge. So let's see what dodging is. First of all, does the Space Marine have the dodge skill? So, does he have the dodge skill? It's 40. His dodge skill is 40. Oh, it's parry for him. So he's going to try and parry because it's better than dodge. He's going to use his rifle. So, seeing it's not designed for parrying properly, he doesn't have a weapon. I'm going to give it a -10. Just be somewhat fair. So that would actually make his. That would actually make that a little harder, actually. So I'm going to take that back to 0. He's going to do his dodge. So he's going to roll his dodge right here, and if he gets a pass, the hit doesn't hit him. So we shall see the results. Dodge. 2 degrees of success, so he misses. Man, that is not good. These Chaos Space Marines are in serious trouble. So I'll go back to here. He's going to, let's see, gear. They don't have any weapons on them. Or do they? Oh, they got their combat knife, melee. So he's going to draw his weapon, and he is going to move 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 to get a charge. All right. He's going to get a charge, so he gets plus 30. Plus 30. He's going to roll his to hit. Four degrees of that. So it was an all-out attack. And he cannot dodge or parry. So he hits with his knife in the body. In the body. He's going to roll damage. Nothing. Space Marine here. He's going to pull his knife, and he's going to do a, can't do a charge. He's going to do a what type of talents does this guy have? Talents. If I go to the gear page, just where I get the talents here. So he's going to do an all-out attack as well. So plus 30. He hits. He's going to roll his damage. Nothing. Damage 3. Why damage 3? And why is that a 10? That's what I would like to know. Why is something checked here again? I bet you that's a 10 there for some reason. Well, I'm glad I'm doing this here now and not during the actual game. I have it considerably better by then. There's nothing extra there that's checked. So if I roll my damage now, first of all, I'll go back to him. He's getting all messed up. So why is the Legion Combat Knife giving me penetration of 8? Right. I know why. It's because I have a strength of 6. All right. Which is really 10. And 11. Strength 6 because of the power armor. It should be up 4, or it should be 40 plus 20 for the power armor, so it brings up 65. And then you have your unnatural strength, so it brings it up to 10. That's where the 10 came from. So he has a 10. He has an attack of 10. The armor stops 2 of it. So it makes it 6. So 6 plus 4 is 12. It's 10, sorry. Man, what? I can't. I must be tired. And I'm just not thinking straight. We have an armor of 8, which now really gets reduced down to 6. So his toughness is 4. His toughness is 4. As it was 8 total, and 10. Sorry. 8 and 6 is now 14. So this is 14. He hit with the knife, which brings it down to 12. And he did, according to this, 11 damage. But they're saying 3. Why is it saying 3? That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out what happened here. And if it's something to do with when I made these things before they were actually, I made my changes. So if I go to here and I can change that to so that makes it 10. That makes it 10. He rolled a 1, so that's 11. Oh, I know why. If I hit him in the body, now I should be right. There we go. So it's 16 damage total. All right. The armor piercing stops 2 of it, brings it down to 14. And 2 damage gets through. So 2 damage to Arndile. Man, this has been so hectic for some reason. It's been ridiculous, but that's why. Location wasn't set. So back to my combat tracker. And he is going to move. He can't charge, but he's going to do an all-out attack. So he's going to get plus 3, plus 30. And he's going to go here. Skills, gear. Two degrees of success, so he hits. And he rolls his damage. There we go. Yep. So that's working now. So Ardent is getting some attention. Still lightly wounded. And as you can see, this is just dragging on right now, and I got some stuff coming out. So I am going to call this one done for now, and I'll try a different one in a bit. I'll try to reset.